Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Guys, how's it going? Good, thank you. Yeah, I fixed it, but then I did unfix itself, that makes sense. So, let's start from the top here, make sure I can hit everybody. Alexander Russell with the 100 stars, thank you, buddy. James, what's up? Llama, what's up? Robert, Derek, what's up, my man? Long time no see. Derek, thanks for giving me the heads up there. I'm glad I got it fixed. Hal, what's up? Nate, James Schultz, Brian Thomas, what's up, guys? How's it going? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little we're waiting for the boys here, okay? The guys they're playing around in Warzone right now, so they're getting that done. After this, guys, I'm gonna switch over to Warzone myself. I was gonna pop on the farm, but to be really honest with you, and judge me if you wish, I don't really want to reach under and hook the steering wheel and all that stuff back up. I don't want to just get some death comms in. Yeah, there's nothing really to listen to right now. Really, other than my voice. But, can you guys hear me?
Well,
you guys should be able to hear me, right?
Thank you for the 200 stars.
Yo, what's up, Logan Morris? Thank you for the 200 stars, brother. Jimmy Deet, what's up? Can you guys hear me or no? That's kind of important. Can you hear me? Oh, perfect. That's all you guys need to hear right now. There's no sound right now. There's nothing to go on. I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. So, perfect. That's what we want. I want you guys to hear me. Perfect. Once we get going, I'm going to log in. So I'm just going to start this little bit, guys. I'm going to flip over here so you guys can kind of see it. And we'll hit play and we'll set up a character. We'll kind of get ourselves in here. And then once Green, Zach, and Gabe, I don't know if Medic's going to pop over as well. Once they're done the thing, you're going to send me a DM on Discord. That way I know, like, hey, they're done their round. And then, yeah, and then we're going to make this happen. So, make it a little bit smaller. What's up, Chase? All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let's just check it out. So this is kind of your first loading screen. You guys are logging in here. You're going to create your character. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a background. What's up, David Cass? What's up, John Gouch? John, did you ever receive your gift? Your winnings? Let me know, dude, in the chat. I'm pretty sure you did, but I wanted to make sure. Hey, Adam, what's up, brother? So, guys, a little bit about Qbus. So I just want to tell you guys a little bit about it, what it's about, how it works, what we're going to be switching to, okay? Qbus is a FiveM RP version. It's an economy-based server, meaning that there's going to actually be money involved with the RP. And with that being said, it's going to end up best way. It's going to end up leading to more. You're very welcome, brother. Thank you for letting me know. It's going to end up leading to a little bit more in investigations. So let me just give you little like bits and pieces. And I know these guys are going to be able to hammer it home. Kyle Lane, 421-day follow. Thank you, Derek. 342-day follow. Thank you, guys. If I don't catch all your messages, guys, I don't call them out. It's because I'm trying to get this without being too interrupted. I'm trying to make sure I hit home with everybody. So let's say, for example, like when you start into the city, okay, you're gonna go ahead, you're gonna hit play, you're gonna come in, you're gonna create your character, okay. So I can create somebody because I know this is gonna be end up getting thrown away here short. First name, we're gonna make him. His name's gonna be Brian Malcolm. Okay. Got 565-day follow. Thank you, brother. Let's see. Month I'm gonna say is born May the 5th. Be with you 1992. And confirm our data. So we're gonna pop in here, guys. And like I said, those guys are gonna be able to answer us so much more for me than what I'm gonna be able to do. So when you first log in, guys, you're gonna everybody's gonna get an apartment, okay? Everyone's gonna get an apartment to stay at. Josh Buck, 567-day follow. Thank you, man. Congratulations, Hound, your 1-year anniversary. So everyone's gonna get an apartment to stay at. You're allowed 5 characters, okay? 128 slot server. Let's go ahead. Let's just pick Integrity Way. We're gonna go to Integrity Way. It's gonna be our apartment right here. Okay. So now that we're here, they're working on some of the kinks. I'm not gonna let all the eggs out of the basket, but I will fill you guys in a little bit on some. So, all right. So we can either pick default models or whatever. I don't think. Actually, I think I can pick. I don't remember his. 8 ticks, 352 John Gallagher, 643, brother. We're just gonna pick a random cat here just so we can get going and you guys can kind of see a little bit. So, this cat right here, okay. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna confirm. So, little bit, guys. So they're still converting things, they're still working on things, there's still things that they're trying to get kind of squared away a little bit. So it's gonna take. I can't imagine we're more than a few weeks out, like a week or so out. But so everyone's gonna need an apartment, guys. You're gonna be able to stash things in the apartments, as you guys can see. There's stash and outfits, which is anyone who's played an ESX server or a server like this, you're gonna be familiar with it. This little sneak peek's primarily just for the folks that are used to my style of RP, V menu RP. You know, and this is kind of what they watch, and just so they know what's going on. You know, you can log out here, you can fly out of the city. But let's get out in the town, and you guys can see the map a little bit and see what it's about. Okay. Here, okay. So, as you guys can probably see in the lower left-hand corner over that way, you guys are going to see there's your health, there's, I want to say your armor, probably your breathing, probably for underwater stuff, and these guys will be able to answer a lot more for me. Food, drink, and your sanity, okay? Let me pull the map up so you guys can kind of see a little bit what's going on here. So, take me a second to load in. It's the first time I hopped in the server. You guys are going to see a bunch of different things around the city. Okay, and they're working on things more and more every day. There's going to be some things that are going to be custom to like there's other varieties of Qbus servers, okay, but there's going to be things in our server that's going to be custom to Third Watch RP only, or at least it'll be an early release thing that, you know, 1 or 2, maybe a handful of servers might have access to, but for the first couple month or so, it's going to be unique to just us to be able to see it in the server. Just a couple things, guys. We'll start down here in the south side of the city, and I'll work my way up. Actually, it might be easier just to kind of start right at the very top up here. Okay, so what do we got here? I don't know what the bone is or what this stuff is, but the little supermarkets, guys, where you can go in and buy food, okay? 24/7 markets. Now, a lot of this stuff can be robbed. A lot of this stuff can be... Oh, Chris, they gypped you out of your follow with, brother. 23-day follow. I know you've been around longer than that, big guy. Got airport parking garages where you can park your cars. Ammunition you can buy your guns at. That's going to be kind of a big one. Oh, did I get rid of my... Oh, got rid of my thing. Okay. Oh, it's because I hit tab. Okay. So, you guys will see a little bit of the stuff there. Coffee, Dan Patrick, 428. Couple, you know, coffee shops, boat works where you can bring it in, impound lots, boat haven. Looks like there's different parking garages in here that we can utilize. Chemical collections. Hey, Chris, with the 500-star donation. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Places where you can actually, you know, the chop shops or cinemas working on where you can actually sit down there, maybe actually movies playing in there. They were kind of joking around, like, we can put your stream on the big screen so people can sit down and watch the stream. So, I mean, that might be interesting. It'd be kind of neat. You know, a couple of different clothing shops. Then, like, you know, here's the cocoa stuff. So, cocoa, this would be kind of like your cocaine production. You're going to go and be able to collect your cocoa
for your donation to the
products.
stream.
You're going to be able to go to process them, and then you're going to be able to go down here to the city and sell them. Can you get a tiger? I don't know yet. There might be ownable pets. Again, we're waiting for those guys to pop over, and they'll be able to fill me in a little bit more. Concerts, different concert halls, crafting of different things, liquor stores. You got a diving shop. You can buy stuff to go up on the top and do the diving missions. Hey, Moyer, hey. Just little stores, just things that we didn't have access to in a vMenu server. We now do. A lot of different interiors, a lot of different things. So I'm going to get through basically the map a little bit, and then I'll tell you guys a little bit more that I know about it, and hopefully the devs will kind of fill me a little bit more. Yes, Zachary. So this server is going to allow you to have a job. There's a couple different ways you can have a normal job. Like, you can come in and you can have like a regular everyday, like, you come in, you do the grinding, you have a regular job, you don't break the law, you earn your money the right way, you go and you can buy different apartments, you can buy houses, you can buy, you know, nicer cars, you can buy all sorts of stuff. You can do that. That's okay. There can be a simple interactions with the police that might be like, maybe you just got a simple ticket, you know what I mean? Nothing crazy. You can play that style. Okay, and then there's also going to be things in here where if you want to sell drugs, transport, you know, firearms, you want to rob banks and rob stores and rob all that stuff, those are all things that are going to be possibilities as well. This is called a Qbus server, guys. Firefighters, I don't know what that is, but the guys will probably be able to tell me when they get in. Fish selling, different fishing off the coast here. You guys can, you know, rent a boat, buy a boat, whatever you want to do, you guys can do that. That can be kind of your job. There's going to be different gas stations. Let me put the link to our Discord in the section here, just so you guys have it, in case you're interested in joining Third Watch. It's the fire job. Okay, thanks, Moyer. Yeah, let me just grab this really quick, so you guys have it. So I don't know if that'll work or not, guys. Yeah, it did. Okay, perfect. Let me pin that comment. So that's the Discord link, guys, if you're interested in joining the server. Okay, so there's going to be, what do you call BS on? I'm confused. All right, so you guys are going to be able to, you know, the government centers where you're going to apply for your jobs, your licenses. You're going to have a license, guys. You're going to have these things. You're going to have all that stuff that adds that level of realism into the game, okay, which is going to be pretty cool. I keep doing that. Okay. Pawn shops, hardware stores, places for, you know, hydrochloric. Oh yeah, you got shafted, Moyer. Hydrochloric acid stuff, guys. What it's for, I don't know. I know it's going to be incorporated. If it's in the game, we can use it in some way, shape, or form. But there's not going to be any more like default, this is how the game works. There's going to be things in that you're going to discover that maybe somebody else doesn't know. Maybe a way that you can make money illegally that nobody else knows about. Okay? If that's the case, you know, you guys are going to be having a little bit of an edge on what you can and can't do. Yeah, no, I'm still going to be a cop. I'm still going to be a cop in here, Corey. There's just different things that you can do, you know what I mean? Because there's civilians and there's police. There's fire. There's all sorts of things. Doug, 274-day follow. Thank you, brother. Yes, it's still going to be FiveM. Yeah, it's still just same thing, guys, just different framework. Okay, so if you break it down, like FiveM is a role-play variant of, I was going to keep scrolling here, it's going to go away. FiveM is just a platform that you can play GTA 5 online multiplayer, okay? Jeremy Marshall does 200, thank you, brother, I appreciate that. They're just different frameworks, guys. So vMenu first started off like as a text chat RP. Like there was no
Jeremy Marshall sent 200
vocals
stars.
between it. Like you would have like a page where you would text chat between. Stream. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. And then vMenu kind of came on a little bit more where you're able to actually use your voice chat and spawn things and do things. vMenu is a little bit, requires a lot more of a very creative RP. You have to be experienced in RP to be able to have a successful vMenu server, I think. I've played in some really good ones. I've played in some that maybe have not been so good. I've played with people that are absolutely hilarious. I played with other, you guys have seen it in the streams, folks, that their RP just isn't really, creative, a lot of running gun stuff. This is going to be a lot of grinding things. You know what I mean? You can do the running gun, you can do the grinding, you can do what you want. You can own buildings, you can own businesses that make you money. Let's say you own a store. You might have to hire out somebody who's doing a fueler job to bring you gas, get supplies, get things. So there's a lot of different elements that are going to make this into what it is, okay? So we'll keep going down. You got to adjust this thing. I was kind of talking to the boys. I think it'd be cool to, like, every third Saturday to actually hold a court date where we actually, like, if you get pulled over and you get in trouble or something or whatever, you actually have the ability to, hey, gentlemen.
I think.
Oh.
What's up, buddy?
What up?
Hey, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
Yeah.
So everybody in the chat, guys, just so you guys are aware, we have the devs with us. We're kind of, if anybody has questions, let me know in the chat, and I will, these guys, I don't know if they're watching the chat now, I'll articulate it to them. These guys can answer the questions. These guys know what they're doing, okay? I don't. I'm just the guy playing the video games, but these guys know more about what's going on.
That far.
Well, you're farther than me. So I kind of touched a little bit on the Coco collections, like some of the drugs that, you're going to be sell, the weapons, stuff like that. I'm just kind of running down through the map of different things. So, like the government center, if you guys can correct me, that's where you're going to get like your driver's license and get your job and get all that stuff from, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Moyer,
you'll have
this is exactly a
two
options.
ID and you'll have the ID and your driver's license. The driver's license has a driver's test. So.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, like, can you give us a little snapshot what the hydrochloric acid's for?
We're not sure. It's making some kind of drug. We haven't really played with the drug stuff.
Okay.
I think the only one that really has is Moyer, so we'll have to get with him and see what he's played with on that.
Yeah, it's for PC, Michael. It's a PC variant. Okay, so different parking stations, guys, for your vehicles. They got tow services that'll most likely be encapsulated, I would assume, by our San Andreas DOT, the guys who run tow in the server. Different LTD gasoline stations. Now, there's going to be businesses for people to own and that they're going to actually make a profit from, right, guys?
Yes, businesses. Yeah, there's a lot of ownable businesses, gas stations, car dealers. So there's quite a big list of stuff you can own.
Is this something that do you have to work the station, or do the civilians still interact with the UI version of buying the stuff, but you get the profits from it?
Yeah, they'll when you walk into the store, you go up to the cash register, you hit I think it's E.
Okay.
On keyboard, and it'll come up with the menu of the stuff you can buy.
So to answer, just to make sure I'm right, so you don't actually have to sit in the store and cash people out. If you buy the store, you have to do the processes that you need to keep it stocked, whether it needs to be fuel or whether it needs to be products or whatever it is. As long as you do that part of it, then you can make a profit from the store.
As far as I know.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you don't have to sit there and run it constantly.
Moyer seems to think the hydrochloric acid is going to be for making meth.
Yeah, that's what
And he would know.
Indeed.
So it looks like they got orange process. I don't know if it's orange juice. Okay, that's kind of neat. That's different.
Yeah, those are miscellaneous jobs.
Yeah, so if you're not looking to do like your regular 9 to 5, let's say you're a garbage man, or let's say you're you own a store, or you do something like that, you can do that as well to make kind of extra money.
Yeah, and those jobs like that, as far as I know, we're just going to keep those. Everybody can get them. They're not going to be a whitelisted job.
Okay, nice. So there's going to be certain jobs that you'll have to be part of the server, have to be like, whitelisted for. It's going to be more of your higher end jobs. Let's say you're a lawyer or a doctor or a police officer or anything of that nature, where like you kind of have to be a little more entailed. But your regular 9 to 5s, you're kind of just on to play, just to grind, just to play around with it and stuff. Those jobs will be open for anybody to kind of check out. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. I keep stop scrolling and then I lose the legend on the map on me. start talking too much. Burger shops, guys. Some more parking. Smoke on the Water. That's the marijuana dispensary in the city. Sodium hydroxide, probably something else for drugs. Place to get your hair cut, get tattoos, park your trucks. That's going to be for your semi trucks primarily. I would, if I had to make the assumption for it. Let me scroll down. I was at like 60 some. So yeah, we still got the parking there, guys. Bunch of places you can park your cars so they're safe. Weasel News HQ, weed processing, and that kind of encapsulates the majority of what we have here. You guys will see the spots in the red. Can you guys explain a little bit the zones that have like red? It looks like some of them have like a drug symbol in the middle, and then they have red around them, or some of them are just like red squares. What are those about?
So the ones with the red circles, all those are areas. This is like a specific drug. I haven't really played around with that one a lot.
I think those are actually danger zones, depending on how we have it set up. I can't remember if it's in the phone resource or not, but I think if an AI sees any interesting activity going on in those areas, those are the areas the AI will call 911.
Okay.
And go ahead and alert themselves.
And you also find the different things to make that drug. So, like one of them, you see like a weed plant or whatever. You can find different things in that area. What I'm assuming, I have to look at it, is either it's that or you can actually sell that in that area.
Okay. So you guys, the one cool thing that's going to be about with this particular with this kind of particular setup is it's going to be statewide all the time. No more AOPs in certain areas or whatever the case may be. You guys are going to see different parts of the city at any given time during the streams, or if you're playing. There's going to be a job that might take you here, down to there, over to here, over to there. So you're going to be really seeing a lot of the city, which is going to be kind of pretty neat. So there's going to be a pretty... Let me just pop over here and just walk around the city a little bit while I'm talking. Oh, looks like we got green right here. Is this green?
That's me.
Oh, okay, it's got Gabe. All right, let's hop in with him. Perfect. So while he's driving around or pulling around,
Put on your G.
Seatbelts on. You guys see little menus pop up. You guys can change your seats, roll down your windows. Like I can hit this right here and roll down my window and stuff. Which is it's neat, guys. There's a lot of cool things we're gonna be able to kind of play around with this. Do you have any kind of neat interiors in here that I can kind of show these guys, or anything that's open that you know that maybe we haven't seen before in the V menu?
Yeah, we're gonna go to City Hall first, real quick, just so you can grab the police job, so I can show you some of that stuff.
Yeah, and while he's driving you there, Donor,
Yeah.
And some of the other stuff that's a better interior, like the McDonald's, I think we added in for Toledo and in the city that'll be coming over here because there's a drive-through you can go through and get food, and the one in the city.
Nice.
Have you pulled your phone up yet?
No, I haven't.
Go ahead and hit M, and the passcode is going to be 4 zeros.
Okay, I'm in.
So if you look at the phone, vehicles, like the first little option there, when you leave a server, if you say you park a vehicle somewhere and you forgot where you parked it, this will tell you where they are. Whatever the name of the vehicle it is, you can click on it, and it'll tell you what garage, the status, how much fuel it has, and where it's located and what license plate it is.
Nice. Okay, that's cool. Email, adverts, got some banking in there, guys. You can see the different houses. What's up, Michael? What's up, Steve? Racing, cryptocurrency, guys. So tell me a little bit about the cryptocurrency.
I haven't really played with that yet, but what I understand of it is you can actually use that as money if you have it, because we do have a stock market that I got to really dig into and kind of play with.
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually play the stock market. What that entails, I'm not 100% sure, but I will find out.
They got Spotify on there, different news, mechanic shops, polices, games. We got Snake Game on there, taxi and doctor. You guys will actually be able to text people back and forth. You'll be able to call people in game. You can change your settings here and different things that you're doing. Now, will you be able to purchase other phones, or is this kind of our default phone?
Maybe. I mean, that would depend on us putting them in. Right now, I think with this,
I think keeping it simple. I think the KISS standpoint,
yeah,
keep it simple, stupid, is probably the best way to start with. You guys will see little spots around the city, especially if you're coming in. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know if
You
you guys
spelled that
saw that.
wrong.
yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
You guys will see little spots around the city, guys. Like, so if you're new to the city, maybe you don't have the money right up yet to go and buy a car right off the rip. You can rent bikes. You can rent things to get around the city. Got his phone out there, playing on his phone. So it's gonna be there's gonna be definitely a new atmosphere of gaming. Now, if I'm correct, let's say Jaquan, let's say that somebody fires off a firearm. Okay, are you able to trace your bullet back? How's that work? Kim, tell me a little bit about the investigation side that some of the viewers who watch the stream for the police RP can kind of see from that standpoint.
Well, let's go grab the police job and let's show you.
Can Leo use a cell phone? Yes, Zach. I believe every single person in the city will have a cell phone.
Yes.
No, not
One
necessarily.
David Callis, thank you
Everybody
for the
is gonna.
200 stars. Go
Let me
get 'em,
answer before I
brothers.
hop in here.
Tell
Thank you,
Green I
Callis.
said F off.
Oh, Callis said to F off, Green, and star send. So just before I click on this, guys, yeah, and now not everyone's gonna start off with $0. There's actually going to be there's going to be a starting amount of money that you start with. It's predetermined. We don't know yet exactly what it's going to be set at. But I want to say there's going to be, X amount of dollars everyone will start with, and from there on, that'll give you your good base. That'll allow you to kind of get started. I don't know if that'll be for everyone who joins the server. I think maybe people, like if randos join the server, then maybe you're not going to get like a large starting amount. But I would imagine if you're in the Discord, you're part of the community. And I could be wrong. I don't know. I'd have to get more on what they're going to do. But Steve asks, how much more demanding of a PC will this require?
I don't think it's not going to be. I mean, for example, and I'm not ragging on Moyer at all. He's able to play with his internet pretty well.
Okay.
This framework, it's a lot more optimized than the V menu stuff.
Okay.
It's a newer version. I mean, people may have some issues, but it's that's going to come down to just general FiveM stuff.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, we're still optimizing it ourselves too. What we did is we bought the core framework, but the server's not going to look like it does now in a couple weeks, just because we have a certain way of doing things, and some of the things set up currently aren't how exactly we want them. So,
okay.
a lot of things are going to.
Well, I like that. So I imagine from here I'm going to click on employment agency.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I got trucker, taxi, Los Santos tow, news reporter, garbage, police.
Yeah, we'll then have you grab police.
Apply. Okay.
If you have, do you have the scoreboard in the upper left-hand corner?
I don't have anything in the upper left-hand corner.
Interesting. We've been having that issue. Apparently, I'm the only one that can see that scoreboard. It's been really weird.
Applied for a driver's license. Do I need to have a driver's license and an ID card, or just a driver's license?
Just a driver's license.
What I'm assuming that the ID card is for is we will have the ability to actually pull people's driver's license from them.
Yep. Oh, nice.
So you can actually have an ID card if you get pulled over riding your bicycle. I mean.
Okay, so it's basically a not. It's a government issued ID, but it's just a non-driver's license.
Well, correct.
Yeah, I'm still be the. We're not like changing a restructure of everything. We're just basically transferring over to it. So I'll still be the O2 over here, unless Moyer fires me. Which, if that's the case, I mean.
I heard LSPD's hiring.
Yeah, LSPD, BCSO, they're good guys. I've always been able to get along with everybody, so we should be all right. Oh, Moyer says now I'm replacing him. Oh man, so I did see a thing that says I'm now a Leo, or I got my new job. So yeah, guys, there's gonna be a lot more investigation work on here. So what's gonna be neat, and you guys will kind of notice a little bit, is you guys know when like we search somebody. See ya, Moyer. See ya, bye, bro. Thanks, Moyer. Thanks for the support. So you guys know how like when we search somebody in V menu, like we You know, / me searches what do I find. Somebody puts in that information in there. Okay. With this, it's not going to work that way. You're not going to be able to, you know, make up what you have on you. What you have on you is what you have on you. If you get searched by the police, it's on your person, and you cannot just get rid of it. Is there going to be a process of obtaining a CPL? You mean CDL? Are you guys going to be a CDL license, or is it going to be like a, or is it just going to be a general license? How does that plan on operating?
I'm sure we can.
Well, here, let's do this. Press Z. It'll show a little interaction.
Okay, I see.
When it does that, you get an ID.
Yep, cell phone and my ID. Yep.
If you'll pop open your driver's license, it'll show you in the text chat exactly what you have, and we can change any part of that.
Okay, so I have licenses A1, A2A, AMB. Pop out real quick. Take off my seatbelt.
In my opinion, that's gonna be the worst part because I am going to forget either to put it on or take it off.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna forget it.
You actually don't have to take it off to get out of the car. It's pretty nice.
Is it F to get out?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I was in the wrong key. So.
And while you're doing that, the controllers are, what do you say, Gabe? 90% friendly right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that. We're gonna try and make that 100%.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misread him. So he asked for a CPL concealed pistol license. Is that going to be just part of your driver's license, your ID, if you have a license to carry? Or how do you guys plan on integrating that at all?
Honestly, I don't know yet. We can create licenses really easily, and we can create items really easily. So.
Okay, so there you go, Derek. I mean, it's definitely a possibility with these guys being able to kind of take the core framework and then optimize it to be what it's going to be the best for third watch RP. What's going to, you know, make the server set, you know, stand out and make it work for the community as a whole. And that's kind of one of the pros of actually being in the community, that you're going to be able to, you know, put suggestions in and have them be heard. So.
Hey, Green.
Yes.
What happened to the police armory? Why is it not working?
You'll need to go on duty first.
Right, yeah. Come on here, donor.
Okay. Yeah, no, MDT, yeah, so I think actually, and Gabe can probably take this one away a little bit. Gabe is writing one from scratch on MDT. Is that correct, Gabe?
Yeah, we're going to move away from the in-game CAD and MDT. We're going to create our own. It's going to run off of webhooks. It's going to be real-time information where dispatchers can chat with officers over their CAD. Depending on how in-depth we want to go with it, since obviously we're part of Code 3, if we set our police monitors, if we set the laptop monitors to a specific thing in the vehicles, we can actually have the screen flash when a player gets a call, depending on what vehicle they're in. So we're going to go pretty in-depth with the CAD and how we arrest civilians and how we interact with calls as a whole.
Take the Walter, we're going to take the taser. I probably just need pistol ammo, right?
Yeah, and make sure to take a radio, because that's what I'm going to show you real quick.
Okay. Got a set of handcuffs here. Got a flashlight here. Take a radio. Probably some armor. Having his bag. So these are all different things you guys will see. I'm just kind of popping it so you guys can see how this framework's going to work. So that's it. I'm just going to take that for now, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and hit escape and back out of this. So, all right.
We'll go ahead and do this. Go ahead and pop tab.
Yep.
And you'll grab your radio, and you can either drag it to use or put it in one of your 1 through 5 slots.
I'll put it up in 5 then.
And then you can press 5 on your keyboard then, after you close your inventory.
Yep, I see it. So I can hide it. I can turn it on. I can change frequencies.
Well, let's go ahead and turn it on frequency 1. We have the nice little Motorola phone.
I got it.
Obviously, the page up, page down keys do the same that your viewers have heard in our server quite frequently of the different channel analysis. Just playing which tone or playing which channel you're about to enter. But something new that we put in the server is if you press home and end, if you want to go ahead and do that, it's going to actually turn the radio volume up and down. And
oh, that's
it
nice.
works pretty well. Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome.
Something else that's a little bit different is I'm gonna get away from you just a little bit, and you'll be able to hear. Let's see, this should be far enough. If I do an announcement over radio, what's gonna happen is it's gonna sound like I'm over a radio. FiveM introduced the warbler fairly recently, and it actually makes the effect sound pretty legitimate. And what we had to do is we actually had to write our own script to kind of make that work. But I think it's working pretty well.
Yeah, actually, I'll agree. I think it sounds fantastic. Chat, I don't know if you guys are able to hear that or not, the way he was talking through there. If not, I can turn up the desktop audio a little bit more and you can test it again. But basically, it just kind of gives you that radio sound effect, like you're talking through the radio, which I thought that was right spot on the button. Are we going to be able to, is it going to be like client-sided if we wanted to add mic clicks, or how's that operate? Because I saw the option to disable them or enable them, but I didn't know if that was how that operates.
I don't. So I'm planning on pretty much rewriting how the radio system works. It's in the upper left-hand corner. I want to take that completely out, and I want to have it where you actually interact with the real radio on your screen. It's not push E to do this. And so it just depends on how we set up the menus and how we set up the radio UI.
Okay.
But something I will do as well really fast is, let's see, do I have police on my phone? I should. I do not. All right. So, Donor, if you don't mind, if you can go into your cell phone.
Yep.
And go into the settings.
Yep.
And give me that number.
0619897460. Guys, we're getting a phone call. Okay. Hello? Hello, can you hear me? I don't know if I can hear you or not from hitting the wrong button.
I can hear you. We're handling a little bit of a one-sync issue where, actually, this is really ironic. If they're within a certain proximity to each other, we're having issues. Normally, it's the opposite. If they're too far away, you can't hear.
Walk back here.
And if not, you can turn your volume up. Do /vol space 100.
/all space 100. Okay.
It'll turn your volume up to 100%.
Oh, perfect.
And you may be able to hear me now.
Yeah, no, I can hear you perfect now.
Perfect. And yeah, something cool about this is for Leo, they can be on the cell phone and be on the radio at the same time. So even if you're talking to somebody, let's say you have a witness on the cell phone and you get a radio communication, you can talk on both at the same time actively. You don't have to hang up the phone and say, hey, I'll call you back. It'll work just fine.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a pretty cool aspect. What I'm going to have to figure out is whether or not I want to keep the push to talk like I am right now in game to talk, or if I want to go ahead and use free voice, because I think the free voice version just makes the immersiveness feel so much deeper. Like, you can just talk freely, guys, on the phone. We can hear each other just perfectly.
Yeah.
And would I just hit M and just end the call? Yep.
Yep.
No. Okay. Then I could basically go in and go into recent calls. Now I should be able to take him. Oh, I'm calling him. I don't call him. What would I do if I wanted to add you in?
So you should have just gotten a phone number and you can add them to the contacts. And right now it's pretty difficult because the phone hasn't been completely translated yet. That's next on our to-do list.
Okay.
But eventually, yeah. And I kind of want to change how that works. I kind of want to make it where you have an interaction menu after you click the phone number to add the contact, which is not the way it is right now.
Yep.
But I can definitely see down the line changing how that works.
Yeah, that would be really cool if you could just, right after you could just hit your recent calls and add that person in. And this guy's could be basically this could be something that really, it's going to make your RP a lot more immersive. Like, because you can interact with people that maybe you might meet in the city you've never met before. Rather than having, sometimes when you're in a, Discord channel, some people are shy, some people are nervous, or not as open, you know what I mean? So I think to be able to meet somebody in the stream, be like, hey man, I'm new to the city, I'm looking for some work, yada, yada, yada. hey, here, give me your number. I'll give you a call if I got anything that comes up. You know what I mean? And you can just be anywhere in the city and just get a phone call. So I think that's going to be cool, guys. As you guys kind of see as we're walking around a little bit, guys, you guys can see some of the locking script in action. We're actually able to lock you into these cells, and only police have the ability. So like right now, I'm unlocking it now. I can get in there, and you can't get out. So that's going to be kind of neat. Hey, I wanted to touch base on this really quick. There's going to be a Department of Corrections position in here, correct?
Yeah,
we
we
have
haven't.
the ability.
Yeah, we haven't decided whether that's gonna be public or not yet.
Okay.
But yes, there absolutely is.
So when you guys get jailed, let's say you're actually doing this out of time, rather than getting transported somewhere, like flying out to Bolingbrook, whatever the case, getting booked to being out of here. You know that, and there's a lot of things that are flexible, guys. This is very early on. This is a sneak peek, so this isn't like, yeah, guys, this is exactly how it's going to be. Nothing's changing. There's going to be a lot of things going to be different and changing and ever changing and developing, and it's just the way. In order to have a successful city and have a successful server, you have to be able to adapt and change and work with the community and kind of different things. So I mean, I could see long term maybe there'd be something coming around the corner where, like, if you get jailed, you actually get transported from your jail cell to where you're going to be going to jail for, and now your RP is going to happen in the jail. Now you're going to, that character that you have that did the crime, like the serious crime, is going to prison or whatever, you're going to be in prison, and so those are kind of some neat things that, I can't hear you really well, but I can hear them really loud. Okay, well, that's okay. I'd rather you be able to hear them a little bit better than me. I can try to turn myself up a little bit if that's helpful, but I also don't want to be like obnoxiously loud. So shots fired. Vespucci Alta Street. Oh, there's some. Oh, question Derek had. Can you check someone for gunpowder? Is that going to be something to be able to search?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, if you for example, say you shoot your gun, was it 6-7 times, or run like 2 magazines through, it'll say you have gunpowder residue, and it also affects your focus in game.
So what you can go ahead and do now that I've shot, you can go into your F1 menu.
Okay.
And then go into, I believe it is jobs.
Jobs, please. Action. Going to be under status check or search.
Yeah.
Status check.
It'll be under status check.
Oh, so status is gunpowder. So status of that I search on this person. And also, guys, so this is just a loop in here really quick so you guys can kind of see this. When let's say I search him, I go search. I can see what he has on him. Got a skateboard, nightstick, got its radios, flashlight, his driver's license. So there's no more like, yes, I have it, no, I don't have it. There's no more, like, to be really frank and to be blunt about it, there's no more bullshitting through it. You got it. What you have on you is what you have on you. So I think that's going to be a really cool aspect of it, that, like, if you're traveling with drugs in your car, if you're traveling with something on you, you're probably going to be a little bit more apt to drive a little safer down the road, because if you're not, that simple failure to yield, stop, that simple failure to signal, speeding violation, whatever it is, can actually turn into a lot more. And it's just a much more natural way for it to fold. Where's he hiding the skateboard at? It's tucked in his waistband in the back, but it's one of those collapsible skateboards. So.
And then something that's also cool with searching is this is the evidence room in here.
Okay.
You can actually put things in evidence and it'll give you a lot number. And what we're going to do with my CAD is we're going to have case reports. And for any evidence collected, you're going to have to put the item number that's booked into evidence. And if it goes to court, whatever, then you can pull that item back out of evidence and you can take it to court.
That'll be cool. So that's where I was kind of a little bit earlier. You guys heard me say something about, is there still a chat box? If so, does it still have the same commands? That's a question from Steve. I don't know if you guys can answer that. I don't know if there will be a chat box, because there's not going to be a lot of text RP anymore. It's going to be, maybe from an admin standpoint, if you have to ask for help. But what are your guys' take on that? Is there going to be a chat box or no?
So there's a lot of text commands too. We're trying to be as button friendly as we can, but there's only so many buttons on a keyboard. We don't want to be pulling up 2 different things when we don't need to. Like, we don't want to be pulling up the wrong item.
Makes sense.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to be as button friendly as we can, but there's only so many buttons on a keyboard. We don't want to be pulling up 2 different things when we don't need to. Like, we don't want to be pulling up the wrong item. So So there's still going to be quite a few text commands. What we're planning on doing is creating basically a help guide where you push a button and it gives you a list of all the available commands you can run. It'll give you a list of the buttons and what they do. And that's what we're really hoping to push out, just because there are so many things you can do on the server that it's getting pretty confusing, if I'm being honest.
All
If
right.
you want to step in.
So just to kind of loop back what he was saying about evidence, guys, I think it would be kind of neat, and this is something we'll work out more in from a server standpoint. Is shit.
So that you just click the button, and that fingerprint ID is your fingerprint ID. That's going to link to you now forever.
Oh, so there's no more bullshit in who you are, who you're not. You ID them, you have them. That's them.
Right. That is their fingerprint ID. Now, if they've never been ID'd before, it may not come back to a name. But if they have committed a crime before, and they've been convicted of that crime, or even if they haven't been convicted of the crime, at this point, their name is linked with their fingerprint if they provided the name.
Oh, okay.
And that'll all be done CAD side, where
Well,
we'll link
Ryan,
the
we will
fingerprint
thank you for the
IDs
500
with
stars.
the licensed
Tap out to our
IDs,
gang.
and we'll basically start setting up a history.
Okay, that's pretty neat. All right, I like that. That's very intricate. Thank you, Ryan, for the 500 stars, brother. I appreciate that. Are you gonna have actual body cam that shows footage? I don't know how that works, guys. I think you gotta be. I mean, at some point we gotta kind of. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I know there's cameras in the server, so like, let's say there's a bank robbery going on. I messed around a little bit behind the scenes. I was fortunate enough to be given, the opportunity to kind of do some testing and check out some things as they're working on stuff. I know there are cameras. Let's say you're robbing a bank, you can tune into that camera and see what's going on before you get there. You can have access to the cameras and kind of have that footage. But as far as the evidence and the fingerprint stuff goes, I think this would be really cool. I think this would be really cool because that way, let's say we did like every third Saturday, or we did like a certain day a month where we did like lawyers came out, we got a judge, an impartial judge that was, not, it's part of the server, but not like, maybe he doesn't do the criminal aspect of it. Maybe he has no ties to that. All they're going to do is just listen to the hearing. And then you actually be able to argue your point. And it's going to be up to the police officers and, the district attorneys and all that to provide enough evidence for a jury of their peers, or if we don't want to go that far, if the judge needs to make that decision. Whether or not, like, hey, no, this guy's guilty, getting sentenced, or, the state is not able to, develop enough evidence to prove that that person's guilty, they're going to walk off scot-free, and that's going to really be held on the backs and the shoulders of the law enforcement of the server to be as detailed as possible when making an arrest, when collecting evidence, when dotting their I's and crossing their T's. So I think that'd be a very interesting aspect of the server that has a lot of potential to kind of really just suck you in. So I think this might be one of these. I might work this in, guys, to be like I might do this 3 nights a week instead of 2. I might do Saturday or Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday night, and maybe Monday night, and doing this for a little bit, just so I can kind of get the feel for it.
Yeah, to add on to the question about the cameras, is it possible? Yes. The only con is, let's say we have 30 players in the server. Let's say 10 of them are recording, like recording body cam. Well, those file sizes, let's say it's for 10 minutes, those file sizes can be a gig. Well, we don't have, we have, 1 terabyte of storage on the box?
Yep.
The issue with that one becomes storage. And being that we're using the Code 3 development box, not just a TWRP box, a lot of the resources are reserved for Code 3.
That makes sense. I mean, I like where your mind was at with that, brother. But Jeremy, but I think for the sake of having this at some point draw the line that we're no longer, this isn't real life, we are playing a game, there are going to be limitations that we have to kind of respect. I think that might be you're going to be able to see it from a stream standpoint. If you're streaming it, or if you're doing it locally, you know what I mean? Like if I'm streaming and I see something, I can do that, you know what I mean? Shit, I can have a seat. Imagine that's a one-way glass if I had to make a guess. Yep, so you can kind of see in there, and you guys can, pretty neat. All right, yeah, you can on in there, you can watch it.
Having fun up there, Green?
Sounds like he is.
What? Well,
Okay.
actually, just figured out how to get into the armory, so
Oh, okay.
you should let him try the hack game out.
Yeah.
Looks like here, guys, you actually be doing lineup and stuff. So I think it'll be pretty neat. Yeah, I mean, who knows if there's enough of a desire to kind of follow into the law side of it and have a jury and have a judge and go into that depth. I mean, I honestly feel like if you're looking to put that much into it, I mean, why not? You know what I mean? But I think it's all depending on what the roles are, what the jobs are, what's going on with it. You know?
Yeah, we have a court system. We have a judicial system where you can actually be a judge as a job.
Okay, so that I would have to guess that's going to be a whitelisted. That's going to be one of
yeah.
those roles where you have to be part of the server, be an active member of the community. You know, and not saying you got to play 90 hours a week, but you got to be part of the server so you have an idea of what's going on, and then that way you hear about what a crime, whatever the case may be. So I think that'd be really cool. Hey, what's up, Fat Life Gaming? What's up, Haas Hoffman? How's it going, guys? No, I think it's really cool. I don't want to go too long of a stream, guys. I'm going to do some COD, and I wanted to just kind of give a sneak peek because I'm going to be really honest with you. Oh, cool, they got a metal detector there? Will that actually go off if you have something on you?
Yep.
You're not... All right.
Yep, it actually works. It goes off. It's pretty cool.
So...
And to be honest, we just covered the Leo aspect of this. Well, not even all of the Leo aspect of this. We just covered a portion of the Leo aspect. There are jobs and jobs and jobs.
How do I pull my pistol out? Like, if I hit 3, it says used. How do I actually pull it out?
Yeah, you have to go ahead and if you... It says used?
Yeah, so if I go, like, maybe I gotta...
Yeah, when I pressed mine, it pulled right out.
Yeah, like I can hit like my taser and it just says used on it, and then it says Walter used. I could be doing something incorrect though. That wouldn't be like the craziest thing.
Yeah, perfect time to kidnap Travis Donner. Just kidding.
So when I was talking about the Mafia stuff, yeah, it'll be that's going to be a different aspect of it. Yes, Nicholas, you can still use controller. These devs are putting as much time as they possibly can into making this as controller friendly. Because I've played on some econ servers where they're not controller friendly. You hit a button and this menu comes up. I mean, there's limitations, but they're putting in, as much as they can into being able to use your controller and play the game. You're still going to have to incorporate your keyboard like you do in vMenu, but it should only be for certain things. Your house, your vehicle, your doing things like that. Yeah, the Mafia stuff we were talking about is if you're getting into like, you can have gangs in here, guys. Like you guys can have organized crime. You guys have probably seen a lot of it over on like Fair's stream and stuff, or in different streams. We were talking about having our police departments having gangs. Like you won't be able to use your police character, but you'll have to use create another character, and then that way you can kind of play around with it. Here you go, Haas. I know you know a little something about it. Like my guy.
Something else with that. If you look on Grove Street, there's going to be a little red block down at the cul-de-sac. All of Grove Street is able to be used as gang territory, but you can actually change gang colors. So let's say your gang color is green. We can add a certain section of Grove Street dedicated to whatever the green gang is, and they actually have a little area of the map that's their own.
Okay. All right, I see that. Do we know what kind of Leo vehicles we're going to have? Probably a lot of what we already have. Granted, we're probably going to... I know for the State Department, we're going to... we have more than enough. Probably going to, discard some that we're not going to use as frequently. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. Is that a big change when it comes to assets in the server? It's more of a change in how we play the game. More of it, it's going to be more of the easiest way to say this, it's going to be more of an addition to how we play it than it is a subtraction of how we play it. You're going to have a lot of your same bases that we have in vMenu with this extra, with this on top of it. You know what I mean? There's going to be a food aspect of it. There's going to be a drink aspect of it. There's going to be, you got to eat, you got to drink, you got to earn money, you got to, you got to pay tickets, you got to pay for things in the server. You can give money from one person to the other. I can actually go over here to, hey man, I gotta put a hit out for this guy, give him his name, this and that. Here's $10,000 up front, and when you kill him, show me a picture, whatever the case may be, I'll pay you the rest of the way. the guy's gonna want to do it because he's actually receiving the money from you. It's not like you're just RPing the money out. That's money he can use to go buy tangible objects with. Fat Life Gaming wants to know what the EMS is like. So how can you guys? I don't know if you have that set up or not, but if you guys are able to just kind of give a synopsis or maybe a little, idea of what that's going to entail.
Right now, it's, to be honest, it is, they have to get to a patient within so much time. And what they can do when they're there is they can assess their injuries and they can treat accordingly. I want to go a little bit more in depth than the system goes, just because obviously we have actual EMTs in the server that have an abundance of knowledge, and we have quite a few medical personnel other than EMTs as well that can provide really, really good input and make the system as close to real life as we can get. Or we can have it as beginner mode. That's something that we've been talking about doing, is having both an advanced system and a beginner system, and have it where the user can toggle those systems. So if they don't have the medical knowledge that the server is looking for, they can change their setting and the server will help them out a little bit.
Hey,
I've recommended treatment options.
I gotta ask one question because this might be so much better. You might lose some of the RP, but it's way more fun. Not much going on. Other things in the downtime. Right on, Haas. I'm gonna say this is probably not a thing, but I gotta ask because I know how you guys do things. The snake game, is that actually people like, other people playing the game in the server be in the same snake game with you, or is that gonna be like just a random, like you're just playing online with people?
So that is done by iframes. I haven't looked at the specific code for it. The iframe leads to snake.io. I think that's the URL. I don't know if they allow people to set up rooms or not, but if they do, we can certainly go that route.
I mean, I don't to be honest with you, I don't think that's necessary, but I was curious. I saw you could put your name in there and stuff. So, yeah, guys. So, any other questions before I wrap this up, guys? Because I am gonna go hop on some COD, but I felt like I wanted to give you guys a good, solid idea of what was going on, what it's gonna be about. Is there gonna be now? I know I've seen somewhere maybe you can take off articles of your clothing. Like, let's say you can take your sunglasses off, take your shirt off. Say you're going to the beach, you can drop those things and not have them on you. You can, is that going to be something that's going to be functional in the server?
Go ahead and hold Y.
Okay. Oh, there it is, guys. Hit Y. There you go. I got my glasses off. Looks like now I can take my. So I don't have that specific shirt on. Looks like I can take. And this might be also because I'm using a default pad. I'm not using an in-game one. I think when you actually create somebody, guys, it gets a lot more in depth. But I'm just using a default, so you can get as far as into like putting your hair up and down, putting a bun in a ponytail, taking your mask on and off. Before in vMenu, you guys notice like if I have a character with a mask, I have to. Did you talk about some of the civilian jobs? Haas said, yeah. So. What are going to be some other things, like, before I hop off, what are some things that you guys are going to be, like, because I know there's going to be whitelisted civilian jobs, there's going to be non-whitelisted civilian jobs. Can you guys kind of give a quick breakdown without, I know there's a lot and you're not going to be able to cover them all right now, but what are some ones that pop out to you guys that you think are like, hey, these are some cool things people will be able to do?
The first thing that comes to my mind is the tow department. We have a incredibly active tow group, as you guys know, and this just helps them out with writing reports, sending invoices, everything else like that. Others are hot dog vendors. We go hot dog vendors, McDonald's. You can work at ammunition, sell people weapons legally. There's just a ton of jobs.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Go ahead.
Jobs. You can actually own a warehouse at the docks down south. So you can store your stuff in there. You actually have a bigger inventory in there. You can run guns from that. You can run drugs from that. As part of that, there's garages, mechanic jobs. You can slaughter pigs. You can slaughter cows. You can cut trees down. You can mine. You can dive. You can fish for money. If you want to get out there on a boat and fish, you can actually catch fish and you can sell it over by the port. And I know I'm leaving a whole bunch of stuff out, but you can actually have a rental company and rent cars and stuff like that.
It looks like
Those are the legal jobs. You can get lockpicks, become a car thief. I mean, you can do really anything really that you want to do on a V-menu server.
And we have a chop shop, so you can actually take parts off of a car if you steal it or whatever, and sell those parts.
Zach has a question. I have a question for Green. What is the new State HQ? I want to say we're using this one here, right? Mission Row and the one on the highway.
I think that's how we were going to have it set up. Yeah, I have to change the current MLO we have for Mission Row. I think we're going to use the one that's in V-menu for now.
So, just to kind of circle back real quick, civilian job, there'd be a garbage truck guy, delivery guy, pizza guy. Those all be in there as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Taxi.
I saw here on the phone, so I'm looking like they got you got house, you got mechanic. So I mean, you can be a mechanic guy. So this is if you have a mechanic job, which I might be more of a whitelisted thing. I'm not sure because it looks like you'd have to be listed as a mechanic in order to have your phone number populate. But if you guys look on police, like you have Jaquan, T and Brian Malcolm, two of us on here. You know, we're going to be utilizing, like, you can search people up on there. So I mean, you can click on taxi. If someone's running taxi that night, you pull it up. You got cabbies. You pick on them. Like if they're online and they're playing, you're going to be available on this menu. You can, hey man, I'm down here. Give me a lift up to here. Nicholas wants to know, is BCSO still going to be Sandy and Polito? So I don't know exactly how they plan on utilizing the because there's not going to be an AOP anymore. It's going to be a whole state thing because you're not going to be able to limit the RP to one area. Do you guys plan on having a set number of, let's say there's X amount of cops on that's pretty evened out? Are you going to try to keep, LSPD towards the city, but Blaine County up towards the country and have, the state support both departments? Or are we just going to have basically like, if there's a call, there's a call, you can travel where you got to travel to?
That I'm not 100% sure. I would like to have it to where LSPD stays, in that line in the map south, and then BCSO stay up Toledo or the Blaine County, and then state roams everywhere. But we may have to set it up depending on how many people's online.
Yeah, realistically, we're going to have mutual aid, and honestly, it's going to be really what the dispatcher needs too. If the dispatcher has 5 calls pending in city, and LSPD or Toledo Bay has nothing, then I'm perfectly fine with the dispatcher sending them down.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. Like, I mean, I can look at, like, let's say, let's fast forward 2 months. Let's say we get on one Saturday night, guys, and the server will hold 128 people. Let's say there's 128 people in the server, and there's 35 police officers, 40 cops on. The rest are all civilians. Let's just blow it right up. If you're looking at that, let's say you have, let's just make it simple. We'll make it an integer of 3. Let's say there's, 30 cops on. You have 10 BCSO in a perfect world. 10 BCSO, 10 10 LSPD, 10 state. Maybe in that situation there might be more like, okay guys, BCSO is going to police this area, LSPD is going to police this, state's going to support. But if there's a massive thing going on in the city, dispatch is not going to think twice about calling BCSO and like, do you have a couple deputies that you can spare to come down and assist? They're going to come down and assist. You know what I mean? Steve says, so what you're saying is I can finally get on during dead hours to be productive. Absolutely, Steve. So you can, now, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, you could take your law enforcement character and have him have a second job. He could go do these garbage truck jobs or do like these odds and end jobs. He could do that, correct, if he was not on duty?
Yes, absolutely. That's what we designed in City Hall. That's why we have the police button, and that's something you're not going to find on many other servers. Just because we had to set up, basically what we did is we set up a Discord whitelist where if these users have specific roles, then the server is going to say, okay, I know what rank they are. I know that they're in the Discord. I know they're an active member. Let's go and give them the police role, and let's give them back the level they need to be. So our admins don't have to go in and set jobs every single time.
Okay. Okay, and then that way also, Steve, you're allotted up to 5 characters in game. So you can have, like, I'm going to have one guy dedicated to police, guys. One guy's going to be dedicated to police. Who knows? I might look in down the road getting into having a character that might be a doctor or an EMT or something, because that's something that I never did a lot of in vMenu because I don't have a whole lot of knowledge in the RP aspect of checking this, checking that. But I mean, like these guys, the way they operate and the way that they put, you know, UIs into things that they do. I mean, I know you scratched the surface a while back about getting into something that like, you know, a user could answer questions on or put like a you know what I mean? I don't know if that's something in the works. That might be down the road, guys, because there's a ton of things on the plate trying to get done. But you know, there's different things that, or even tow, man. The tow guys are badass. I love hanging with the tow guys. And I'll make a tow job. Who knows? Maybe I'll do some towing one night. And what's gonna be cool with that is your tow guys will probably be most likely tied in with your mechanic jobs. Where if someone gets a flat tire, like it happens. Something happens, you get a flat tire. You can't just hit F1 and correct it. You know what I mean? You have to call. Hey, yo, man, I got a flat tire. I'm down here on, you know, Center Street. This is where I'm at. Can you come out and give me, you know, fix? They're gonna have to come down and change your tire. They're gonna take care of it for you. Haas says the EMT is the most fast-paced job in FiveM. I bet it is, dude. I bet you're doing a lot of work as the EMT in FiveM. Steve says, damn, with this state pay, McDonald's, here I come, dude. Do it, man. I'll buy my McDoubles from you. Just make sure you know what a McGangbang is. Don't waste my time. So, guys, I'm getting ready to roll off. Any other questions, guys? I got the devs on the line here, guys. Any other questions that you have, let me know. Yeah, but this is going to be extremely economy based. Going to require a little bit from everybody. A little bit from everybody. You got to put forth the effort. You got to put in the time. You got to, you know, this isn't going to be. It's going to negate a lot of the direct run and gun. Are there still going to be people who just focus strictly on bank robberies and killing and all that stuff? Yeah, but they're going to go to jail. You know what I mean? They're gonna.
I have a character plan for that.
Steve wants to know when the official changeover day is. Someone asked earlier if this is public. When does this open to the public? So I guess those are two things that are going to be kind of. I learned what that is. Be interested by you, thanks, Haas. So to kind of loop Hunter's question in and Steve's question, do we have? I know it's hard, guys, because you guys are working so hard trying to, you know, develop and fine tune this so that when people join, it's not 70% done. It's going to be 100% done. There is hacking and vaults that you can break into, Hunter. Yeah, but do we have a tentative timeline of when we can say, you know, we're going to be comfortable to say we're going to open up to the public, come in, join the Discord. I will say you should join the Discord. That way, if you want to whitelist a job, you can get to know the community, because that's what community is all about. You guys have a date in mind or something that you guys think would be something just to let people know, like, to be on the lookout for?
Remember, the server is 100% in English.
It is almost.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, so here's the deal with this. We're obviously from Code 3. We have other jobs, XEMT. Green has a job in real life as well. Time is a little bit of a constraint for us right now, so we're pretty much up in the air, but our goal is probably 3 weeks to have public. We're hoping to do a closed beta before that stage, and if the closed beta works out good, then we could do it as close as 2.5 weeks.
And guys, you guys, and I could be wrong. I might say this out loud, and they might go like, "Ha, not gonna happen." Will probably be part of the closed beta. I mean, I would like to think that I'm, you know, I don't know. You guys plan on having me hop in with you guys, do some RP and stuff, and do some stuff. But
Oh yeah.
if that is the case, you guys can see some of it on the stream before that goes live. So that way you guys aren't in the dark. You know what I mean? You guys can see, like, because I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to do a little bit of the police RP. You guys see that stuff. But I'm going to do a little bit more of the civilian RP as well. That way I can really encapsulate this and have you guys see the different aspects of the server, what there is to offer, what's going on with it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to probably split a little of my time with civilian because there's so much to do here as a civ. Now, are there going to be, like, I don't want to say money drains, but are there going to be, like, leisure things civilians do? Can they go to the casino? Can they go, like, can they do things for fun that doesn't require them making money? Let's say they made all their money. They just want to go with their buddies, have some beers, go do something fun. Is there something that they can do in the server that's just strictly for leisure?
Yes. We do have a working casino. We got to work on the script a little bit. You can play blackjack, pool, and then there's quite a few bars. Well, I can't remember the name of it. Like one of them's Tequila, and then you got like a Bahama Mama place, like real high end bars you can go to. But it can also be owned, so that's another thing to look forward to. There's fishing. There's a bunch of stuff you can race. We got we have a racing script. I haven't really messed with it yet. We also have that. There's going to be plenty of stuff for them to do.
I think it'd be neat if down the road, as we get a little bit, because when you guys start writing things that are more custom, I think it would be cool to have billiards, to have, you know, I think the casino, I'm going to hit the casino steady, guys. I don't know if you know this about me. IRL, guys, I love playing blackjack. Like, I'm not like some master card counter, but I can play blackjack. I enjoy it. Steve, real question, will the meter-made car finally have a purpose? I'm going to say yeah.
It'll never have a purpose.
Oh, it's not going to have a purpose?
Never have a purpose.
Do you have to lockpick all AI cars, Hunter asked?
Yes. So the way that works, if you want to steal a car, you gotta have a pistol and you gotta shoot the person driving to take their keys to actually drive away in the car. If not, you will have to lockpick. And it's I can't remember what the chance is. It could take a lot of lockpicks to actually get the car to go. So yeah, you can use lockpicks, or you can shoot the driver and take it, and they'll give you the keys.
You know what I like is that you're able to open the trunks and do all this stuff from this menu.
Yeah, that menu's really nice.
Because I mean, that way, if you're in the car, you know, I don't know, I like it.
And also, one thing I forgot too is a job. You can be a priest if you would like.
There's a job for Moyer.
Yep. Oh yeah, marriage is gonna be great.
But will it have a huge key on top? What do you mean, how? Go into a little bit of detail on that. What do you mean by a huge key on top?
Placing the spoon with a key? Wasn't there a spoon?
I don't know. How do you know what? How do you know? What did you say? How do you know what lets go to what? How do you know what keys go to what car? Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. How would you know? Like, let's say, are they going to be in your inventory keys, or like when you have the keys to that car, you have the keys to that car, and how would you know it belongs to that car?
So doing the data side of things, the server stores every time you grab someone's keys, and it's not an inventory item. It's more of just a server keeping track of, hey, this person has the keys for this car. Okay. And then you just press a button and it'll check your player database, really. And if the car, I think it was the license plate, is in your user data, then it'll unlock or lock the car.
Okay, so no, the AIs do not have an inventory, but the key would be basically a floating inventory. That makes sense. Like it's a server inventory, and then when you take the keys, then those keys belong to you, and now they're yours. So.
Yep.
Okay. Well, guys, that's kind of, I want to thank you guys for taking the time out and kind of giving a little walk through what's going on. I know, I mean, I can't express this enough to the viewers, guys. We literally maybe scratch the surface of what's going on. There's going to be different things, guys. There's going to be, I just popped that up by accident. There's going to be canine menus where if you guys have drugs on you, like the dogs will smell it on you. You know what I mean? It's going to be neat. I think it's going to open the door up for a lot of really intricate RP, which I kind of feel like I've kind of escalated through my vMenu history of playing on vMenu servers. Like, I'm looking forward to this. This is like something I'm really looking forward to getting into. Doing a little bit of the grind, doing a little bit of the, you know, the digging, you know what I mean? And like our SIU departments, our special investigation units and whatnot, they're going to really be putting the work in, because there's going to be, you know, there's going to be things that you need to investigate. There's not leaving little cruise / leaves a note on the thing, listen, that, yada, yada, yada. Thank you. Hunter says, looks better than no pixel. But the cops get notified when you shoot, and picking a car is really hard. So carjacking is really hard. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying, Haas. I don't know if that's something they can do down the road or not, if you have lock picks, or how it works, or how, I don't know. It'll be something, as Gabe said when he first in the server, that's the way you guys see it right now, will be different. It will change, it will develop, it will grow, and manifest into something more and more. They're going to be constantly putting in, you know, the thing. But, like, yeah, I just got the notification here, shots fired. Now, I got to figure out where it is. I got to get my car, get traveling over there. By the time I get there, you could already be gone. There could be just a guy dead in the street. I don't know where you went to. Yeah, I definitely recommend you should, Chris. It's a lot of, like I said, it's not, you don't have to be the bad guy. You don't have to be a bad guy. You know what I mean? You can just go on and just play the game. Make friends. Make people in here, meet people. Oh, you're a fisherman? Oh, I'm a fisherman too, man. Get done doing your thing. You guys go to the bar, have a beer, maybe go play golf, maybe go to the thing. No weird dialogue from Ash. You might still have some weird dialogue from Ash, but it might be more verbal than text.
Yeah, he'll be sending tweets with pictures. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Oh, you can send pictures with your tweets?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, man, that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, though. That's awesome. All right, chat. So that's going to wrap it up for me, guys. I'm going to roll it out. I'm going to go get my stuff going here. Last question from... You kill someone, can you steal all their inventory? That's a good question, Haas. How's that work?
I don't know. I haven't really killed anybody yet, but I will, and I'll let you know.
I know you can access their inventory when they're down, but I don't know if you can access their inventory after they're like dead.
I'm pretty sure you can, because I know that's one of the big reasons we have the AFK timer. Because if you go AFK and someone kills you, they can take all of your stuff. I mean,
I guess it really depends on the time that you get to them after, because if FiveM garbage collection deletes the data associated with that character, then it wouldn't work. But I guess it's really up to garbage collection for FiveM and to see how long the timer will let you do that for. Like, for example, if you kill somebody an hour before IRL time and you go back an hour later, they're not going to be there, really. Most likely.
Haas says, don't let that happen. RDM all day. I got a pretty strong feeling, Haas, that from these guys have, everyone who's a part of the administration for this server has been administrator for quite some time, for not just this server, for other servers. That there, I don't know for certain, but I'll say I feel extremely confident that nobody that is an administration of Third Watch RP will allow somebody to be taken advantage of from a random death or a code black situation. So, and I'm pretty sure how the SD are they called SDQ files or SLQ? Or what are they called?
Yeah, files.
So I would imagine that if somebody steals your stuff and they have, you have, proof, or you say, hey, this guy did this to me, yada yada yada, they can replace your items that were stolen, and there will be disciplinary action taken on that person. Haas said that's what turned him off. Just saying. And who knows?
Let me put it this way: we have logs for everything.
We have logs for the logs.
We do, yeah. We have administrative logs that checks who checks the logs. So, yeah.
No, I think, I mean, like I said, these guys have been around the block a time or two, Haas, and they played that game, got the t-shirt, got fat, grew out of the t-shirt, bought a bigger t-shirt, So, I think that's going to be a little bit of a different dynamic that maybe this server is going to be able to offer that others maybe may not. And who knows? You know what? I wouldn't be that blown away, to be really frank with you, if these guys didn't have the ability, if somehow decode it so that if you're down, you can steal like one item or two items. I don't know how that works, but I'm willing to bet if there is a way to do it, these guys will figure it out.
And there is the option, like when you arrest somebody, you can be a pickpocket, but they're not going to get your whole inventory. It's going to be something random off of your belongings. That is a part of life. It does happen, but when it comes to people, excuse my language, just the complete fuckery and any kind of drama, it gets dealt with really quick. And
to be honest,
the person that's in the right will be taken care of.
And to be honest with you, Haas, if you really zoom out a little bit and you look at it from the grand scheme of it all, if you're an active member of the community and you're in here all the time, okay, you play all the time, everyone knows you, they know who you are, and some random guy joins the server, kills 3 people, that's a red flag. Hey, the Haas is in here every weekend, every Saturday night and Sunday night playing. He's had this much money. Check the log, see what you had. He had this much money. He's been a contributing member of the community. He's been putting his time in. And then the guy with the name Alien Killer 64XX97 came in, and he killed 3 people and took all their shit. Maybe Alien Killer 6697XX, whatever I just said, is a dick, and he needs to get yeeted. You know what I mean? So that's all going to be able to be monitored, watched. Are you going to get your shit clapped by, you know, another member who's a active member of the community, and maybe that's their role, that's what they do? It's probably going to happen, but it's not going to happen from a random. It's not going to be an RDM event. It's not going to be a, you know, you bust your balls, putting your time in, and some guy just ruined the game for you in 5 minutes. That's not going to be a thing. I feel really confident that these guys would not allow that to happen. Al says it's a log. It's a log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood. It's a log. So,
Oh yeah.
all right, chat. I'm gonna wrap it up. Been an hour and 20 minutes. I said this was gonna be a 25-minute video. I was completely wrong. So I'm gonna roll out, but I will catch you guys. So periodically check in, guys. I will note it in the title when I'm doing a Qbus beta test, so you guys can make sure you tune in. You guys can see it, check it out. If you guys have other questions, feel free to join the Third Watch RP Discord, guys. Ask questions. You know, don't go and ping every administrator that you can find, but ask questions, guys. Everybody here is like, that's one thing I'll say from joining the server. They're all adults. You know, they're all level-headed. They're all like very reasonable people. If you have a question, they're gonna answer it for you. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be like, oh, you're a dumb person. Like, no, if you have a question, man, ask the question. If somebody doesn't know, we'll find the answer, and if not, then it's a really good question, and we'll have to figure it out. But I'm out of here, guys. I appreciate the developers taking the time out of their day to kind of show us the ropes, show us a little bit about the city, show us what's going on, what's going to be moving in the future. And I'm excited to show this to you guys. I'm excited for you guys to be able to see the server in action. Watch this thing breathe. Inhale, exhale, make it all come together. So I'm gonna get my Warzone on, guys. I will give me like 10 minutes or so or less to get it loaded up. I'll stream it so you guys can watch me swear a bunch and all that stuff, because it's what the game does to me as a person. But other than that, I'm out of here, guys. You guys have a good night. Thanks for hanging out as always, and I'll see you guys on Warzone in a couple, and I'll see you guys Saturday night for some FiveM RP. Good fight. Good night.